that Ovechkin is like the LeBron of hockey. He's the big, fast scorer, and that's one thing people don't give LeBron enough credit for. We don't want to get in that rabbit hole, but they're both chasing what was supposed to be impossible. Ovechkin is not supposed to be this close to Gretzky. If he scores even 30, he has two options. He can either score 30 an average of 30 goals for the next 3 years, or 40 to 50 goals for the next 2 years, and he'll break Gretzky's record. Gretzky's record is it should be untouchable. 870 plus goals. That's unreal. Ovechkin already has 810 now. His season's not even over. If he keeps his pace up, he might even get it with a big season next year. That's incredible. And another thing, too, in the modern era of hockey, where everything's faster, everyone's stronger, yes, one thing, no offense to Gretzky, but he's playing when the literal goals against average in his era is almost twice as much as the modern NHL. That's how much harder it is to score in the modern era. And Ovechkin is at the same pace. The longevity's there. Ovechkin's almost 37. He still looks like his prime. Again, like LeBron. LeBron's going after that Kareem scoring record, all-time scoring record, and it's a sign of longevity. So, I mean, it's one of those things where it's not just the longevity. Everyone tries to use it as against the player. He's a career accumulator. The only reason he's accumulating all these stats. But you got to realize that how hard it is year in, year out to stay not only in the league, but at an elite level. That's something that cannot be taken away. I hate when people use longevity as a weapon instead of a strength. So I'm glad that people here in DC recognize that at least. And, Ovechkin, greatest scorer in the history of hockey. And I know somebody kept saying that there's some other better DC athletes. I'm sorry. Argue with the wall. Ovechkin is the greatest player to ever play for a professional DC sports team. You can argue with a wall. I can bring up a million stats if you want. I know some people bring up some other players. I knew somebody in the DM said John Wall, and I was like, "Oh, I love him." I was like, "Okay, I'm like stream getting kind of wild now." You cannot say John Wall over Ovechkin. That's kind of wild, but yeah. So congratulations to Ovechkin, and hey, at least Capital's doing pretty well. But it's always been the same story. While the Commanders / Redskins / football team are crumbling, we at least have the Capitals. So,
yep.
This year, though, I mean, I don't want this to be like full hockey conversation after the Commanders game, but I mean, the Caps this year. Are they gonna do anything?
I think they'll make the playoffs. I think they're a decent metropolitan team. We've got a lot of new faces: Darcy Kemper, Lindstrom, some other new guys. So it'll take time to mesh, but at least that's one thing is that we always have that rock. And that's Ovechkin.